We went to Bajaj Tempo then. Now it is Force Motors. We did a fantastic demo. When we were asking how do we go from here, we realized probably we were 10 years ahead of time then. He said, boss, all this is very good. You have a fantastic software, but I will let you know as soon as I get a PC for myself.
What kind of mindset barriers do you see with SME for AI?
One of the biggest barrier or one of the biggest myth is AI is not for us. It is for only big companies. You need to look at what do you want to achieve as a business in the next 5 years. There you will have hundreds of ways of adoption of AI. Then it will make a lot of sense for you. That is the key change in the mindset or barrier that you need to do.
Many big companies are using CRMs, but in small companies, they don't use CRM because even a Salesforce is not there. Is it really the useful thing for even one person?
Whether I'm a small company, I'm 2,000 people company, that doesn't matter. You are thinking, I'm using software to automate my business. As against, you're thinking, I have to run my business on my software. That's a big shift in the mindset. The moment this happens, the scenario changes.
In all your journey, your main portfolio was sales and marketing. At that time, the sales was different. Now, the sales is totally a different concept.
There's a huge change. I always did the concept selling. But even when we used to sell concept, there were some features, values, benefits attached to that concept. And that was the selling point. Over a period of time, the overall customer demands are so changing. Now, the only thing that you can sell is
Hello everyone, welcome to our new episode. In this episode, our guest is a crazy entrepreneur. He started his career into sales and marketing in machinery, having a background of engineering. Then he came into polymers, then shifted to software solutions, and now he started his own company 5 years back with AI. In this episode, we discuss about many things about AI and how it can be applicable to a small scale industries. So let's welcome Mr. Raju Chouthai. Welcome, Raju sir.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Let's start with your personal journey.
Sure. Firstly, thank you. Thank you for having me. It's a great pleasure to connect with you after a long time, many years. And I'm glad you're doing this initiative. So my personal journey is like any other middle class family person. My father came here almost about 60 years back from a small town, and then he started, living in Pune, then working in Pune. In a way, I'm born and brought up in Pune, and you know, got my all studies done in Pune. I did my mechanical engineering, and then I did the PGDBM, and then did the MBA in from Pune. So that's all about the initial part of my life, childhood, my college days. And then I started working with typically so-called startups, which is the term that is being very popular now. But then it is to be a small kind of a company, and that became kind of a DNA for me in my professional journey. So whenever I work for a company, I mainly look what kind of startup or entrepreneurial qualities that particular business has. Had a sort of exhaustive career, almost about 35 years plus. Two distinctive parts of my career. One, obviously, selling machines, machine tools. For that matter, I've sold.
Even you were in polymers.
Correct. So did some sort of bit in polymers also for a few years, and then there was kind of a big shift in my career. I started working for a company called Forrester Research, which is one of the world's top two or second kind of a technology and market research company. In around 2000 or that timeline, a few friends, few of us, we started even our own company. Name of the company was Setu Technologies Private Limited. Probably you know that company. Yeah. In that company, what we were trying to do is we kind of figured out some very innovative softwares then, which were that time it was called as computerized maintenance management solution. So we used to go meet industrialists in and around Pune, give demos, show them the entire product.
Yeah,
Uh,
data stream.
Sorry?
Data
Data
stream?
stream, yes. That was data stream. Yes, you know it. So, and that time we realized probably we were 10 years ahead of time then, because I still remember a scenario wherein we went to, Bajaj Tempo then. Now it is Force
First
Motors.
models.
So we did leave aside the names. I'm just giving some names because I don't want anyone to be offended. But we did a fantastic demo. Everything was done. The general manager maintenance liked that product that time. And when we were asking, okay, what could be the next steps now? How do we go from here? He said, boss, all this is very good. You have a fantastic software and this can do wonders for me. But I will let you know as soon as I get a PC for myself. So, so that was the era when we started it. But then again, we kind of sort of backstepped, and then we realized we will revisit it as soon as the market is ready. But in the mean, I was chosen by Forrester Research to sort of represent them here in the Indian
India
markets and
market.
Asia Pacific markets. And we started with that. And that's what was a real pivot to my career. You know, in the role of say like a country manager or India head, for sales, I started further sort of nurturing my entrepreneurial sort of skills. Of course, there are a lot of friends, guides, philosophers in the family, around the family, who always kept on motivating, helping me. But still, it was a job, and I
Right.
continued that till almost about 2015, 2016. And it was all the research, advisory, consulting, that type of, work. So that's how the journey has been so
Journey
far.
has so
I
far.
mean,
So, in all your journey, your main portfolio was sales and marketing.
yes, I've done nothing except that. That is the only thing I've done in my life.
So, at that time of the sales was different. Now the sales is totally a different
Oh
concept.
yes, oh yes. There's a huge change. I mean, when I started selling something, even if it was a concept, for example, I started my first job by selling, I would say, capacitor discharged spot welding machines.
Okay.
Now, this was a concept then. It was so like this. I always did the concept selling. Okay, but even when we used to sell concept, there were some features, values, benefits attached to that concept, and that was the sort of selling point. Over a period of time, the overall sort of customers behavior, customer demands are so changing. Now the only thing that you can sell is value. Other than that, there's nothing. So, but yeah, it's a it's a job, it's a work that keeps me awake in the night, that helps me kind of charged up in the morning every day, quarter after quarter, year after year. I'm doing that. So ISG was my last job per se.
Okay.
So ISG is one of the largest sourcing advisory firm
Okay.
in the world. It's a global company. So they used to
Done.
advise companies in a sourcing strategy.
Okay. You shifted from core manufacturing to IT solutions. So, how did you I think you started your company in COVID period. So, how did you see the AI revolution where you started your company in for AI products, and today, what is the transition in last 5 years?
Oh, there's a huge transition, huge shift and change in the positioning, the way market is accepting us today, the market is looking at us today. So while I was working in ISG, I met a gentleman called Sandeep Hardikar, who goes by Sandy. He's a good friend. We had a good connect then. This was back in 2012. And for a short stint, we worked together in ISG, and then of course, he started doing something else. But we were in touch, and there was one area that we always kept on sort of exchanging ideas, thinking upon what is that we can do to industry
Okay.
that probably companies like Forrester or companies like ISG are not able to do, because these are established organizations,
Organizations.
large companies, multinational companies. They have their own kind of strategies, own ways and means to run the business, whereas you know it is very hard for them to kind of pick the customer behavior, customer pulse, what customer is looking for, and change their thought process to align to that. So there's a big gap, and that is where Sandy and I, we thought, of course there were a few others, who were in the journey along with us. Sandy, of course, is one of the key driving force, the energy powerhouse for us. And then we started, and then we did a small sort of exercise. I usually call it as network science 1.0 or whatever it is. And then the idea that time was there were a lot of companies who were looking to set up their business in India.
Okay.
Okay. Now these companies could be people of Indian origin who are abroad, and they want to come to India, but they don't know because they have left long ago
Okay.
India as a region or a geography, and they're in touch. But of course, being in touch and being in the market, these are two separate things. So there was a company, there were a few clients who wanted to know how we can help them in terms of setting up their India operations.
Okay.
So that was our first client.
First client.
I'll not take the name. And then you mentioned, referred about Salesforce some time back. This was the client who was predominantly a partner for Salesforce.
Okay.
So that is how I got connected with Salesforce.
Okay.
And this was like our first client whom we served almost about 2.5 years in multiple capacities. During that time, Sandy was in the UK,
Okay.
and he was trying to establish his vision market for UK.
Okay. While you are in the sales, so you just mentioned about the Salesforce. So Salesforce is a CRM software.
Correct.
So what is currently, even today, many people, many big companies are using CRMs.
Correct.
But in small companies, they don't use CRM because they really don't have, even a Salesforce is not there. Means there is no salespersons.
Correct.
The proprietor or the main person is only doing the job.
Right.
So how the actually CRM is useful for them also, and is it rather a person should use it for his own uh, growth or sales channel?
Yeah. So I mean, see, Vishwesh, whether it's a Salesforce, whether it's SAP, whether it's Oracle, or any new age AI software, whenever you ask someone to use something which you are not using earlier, that becomes a adoption issue.
Okay.
Okay. And then the first reaction of especially salespeople like me who have spent 90% of their time on the road, we are moving away from that particular. You are adding one more process for me. I'm going visiting 10 clients every day. Why you want to sort of ask me to put your report data into the CRM? And so that's the first reaction. That's probably a sort of a human psychology. But what happens is the moment you start thinking about that technology not as a enabler to my business, but that's a way I'm going to change my business, then it becomes a different story. I'll tell you a very simple story about same. I mean, I'll not take names here, but a, a large, I would say large, when I say about 50 people sales organization doing trading in all the engineering items like cutting tools, drills, those kind of things. Suddenly, I know the CEO of the company. So we were talking in a way, and then he called me and he said, what can we do for my team to be more efficient, more, better doing. So I don't want them to sort of uh, go all over and then again do the clerical work like entering the daily report, weekly report, and things like that. So if this is the way a company's leader is thinking, that means that company is looking for a change. They want to change the way they are currently doing the business. And then that is where the whole downstream implementation, adoption, application, that everything changes. So he asked me a question: if I have a software and if I need someone to, train on how to use that software, then it's of no use to me. So I don't know, that time I was doing something on WhatsApp in front of him. So he said, Raju, I'm asking you something. You're using WhatsApp. So I said, the reason I'm using WhatsApp, there is a reason for, there's a reason, because if your guys are using WhatsApp and they're pro in using WhatsApp, they can use any software in the world. That's
Right.
how majority of enterprise softwares are changing today.
This is the CRM, but is it really the useful thing for even one person?
Oh yes, absolutely. Why not? Because see, you are thinking this as a automation tool. Think any software for that matter. We are also, we have seen many software at Network Science. We are doing, many frameworks, softwares. Think them as a way of doing business, not that they are facilitators or they are my enablers. No,
Okay.
that's a shift in the mindset, right? You are thinking I'm using software to automate my business,
Okay.
as against you're thinking I have to run my business on my software. That's a big mindset, shift in the mindset. The moment this happens, the scenario changes. I have multiple examples I can give you. Two people company, three people company, entirely built on the tech.
On the tech.
That could be AI, that could be ML, that could be AR, VR, whatever it is. There are many
Many
companies we are
companies.
seeing who are built and based, they're structured as a deep tech company.
Okay. So currently in SME, the main pain points are the many processes are manual.
Right.
Then lack of data accumulation, so slow in digital, slow in decision makings. Then and because of it, many struggles in competition to survive and everything. So in that, as you are having current your companies in AI, so how that AI can be applicable to them as a tool,
Correct.
and is it really the affordable for them, or it's just like they think कि यार ये बहुत महंगा है.
Yeah. See, again, same lot of things that I just said some time back, they're applicable for this also. See, think that AI is here for me to transform my business. Whether I'm a one person company, I'm a small company, I'm a 100 people company, I'm 2000 people company, that doesn't matter. That has to be, again, as I said, the way of doing business. Okay.
Right.
And the moment you start doing that, the moment you start thinking that, then you can build your business accordingly. Okay. So digitization is the kind of first step of doing everything.
Okay.
That's the foundation. Because currently everyone says that, we heard that there is a need of lot of data that needs to go into AI softwares or implementing AI as a technology. That is correct also. But as the times have progressed, even capturing the data, cleansing the data, creating proper data warehouses, creating proper data structures, data pipelines, all those things have also transformed. It is not as difficult that it could have been maybe 4 or 5 years back. You're still, you can do that. So for example, the the OCR technology, you can capture photographs, the data can be in your emails, data can be in your mobiles, data can be written on the papers, absolutely no problems. Only thing is you need to realign your thought process in terms of how I'm going to use AI in my business.
Okay.
Typically for SMEs, and I know your
You,
company.
yeah.
So for those kind of companies, we start with an idea that, think AI as your digital assistant
Okay.
or AI as your virtual assistant.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm giving you a scenario. So you go to a factory, every day, and morning you start your, computer, laptop, or what, whichever way you start, and
Right.
then you get a. So right now you must be maintaining a to-do list and all those things.
Right.
But imagine there is a digital avatar of Vishwesh who appears, pops up on the laptop and says that Vishwesh, here are the things that we need to do today. These are the master batches that we have lined up for dispatches. These are the compoundings that we need to look at the mix. Our quality control
Right.
report. Yes. So all this, currently you are dependent on someone. Here also you are dependent on AI, but the dependency level, if the inputs are given properly, can be 100%.
Okay.
So that's how you can think AI in small mid-tier businesses like yours.
Okay. So we can feed the data and make a schedule for us for tomorrow.
Oh, yeah, everything. So this is just a small example,
Just
of
like EA, your
it's
executive
correct.
assistant.
Your executive assistant in a digital avatar, in a digital manner.
Okay.
Yeah.
So currently any AI tool is available for this for people to try.
I don't know whether there is anything available, but I can give one for you. That is for sure.
From network science you can give.
Yes, definitely.
So can AI be used in make easier process for the sales?
Oh,
Like
yes.
if customer is sending the schedule, then that will be automatically delivered to, even not a person is needed, that will be automatically delivered to the concerned departments and make the process start.
Absolutely yes. Absolutely
And
yes.
after completion, it will again send customer the intimation that yes, everything is done.
Yeah. So I mean, it's like, again, Vishwesh, the more you get into it, the more you will master it, the more you will better it. Everything cannot happen on the day one. Okay.
Right.
Maybe here we can start one step at a time. And first, probably, someone can think of, sort of AI-fying there. And again, AIification is a new term that
Yeah.
network science is trying to coin in the market, and we are already there, and a lot of people know us because they know us that, hey, network science, you are AI-fying people. So the idea here is, this is the, you take one step at a time. Maybe think of, first of all, doing your procurement via AI.
Okay.
Then, once the procurement is done, then the processing, then comes the actual inventory management. I mean, over a period of time, you can think of doing entire supply chain. And that's how manufacturing industries are adopting and embracing AI in a big time,
Okay.
whether it's a small company or a big company. Lot of them there, and the sort of level of inputs will vary based on the size and scale of the business, but entire supply chain can be, and all the functions, right from receipt of a raw material in your premises, processing it for the defined batches, from there, I would say, tracking of the finished goods, inventory, everything can be done.
Everything. Can be done.
Everything can be done. And when we say everything can be done by AI, it's very, very, I would say, naive to say that everything will happen on day one, day two, day three. No, it's a
Process.
maturing process which will get matured over the period of time.
Right. So how can the AIification will be beneficial for SMEs? Like many people currently thinking that AI is too technical. So
Right.
that really it's difficult to digest the AI concept. So can you simplify it?
See, basically, again, as I said, you know we say AIification just to make it simple for people to understand. Okay, it is not something a black box or some kind of unknown devil that is going to come and either eat us or make us run away. This is basically you know uh, a, a technology or a area that you need to adopt and embrace step by step, starting with the first step of say digitization, and then there is a we also, I'm not going to go much into that. There's a big concept that we are establishing in the industry with under the guidance of some real academic bigwigs like
Okay.
Professor Shailesh Kumar, who happens to be the dean of Geo Institute.
Okay.
So we have termed it as Ashtavatar or Ashtanga AI.
All right.
8 layers of AI. I'm not very good in that, so I'm not going to talk
Okay.
in detail about it. But see, I'll give you a small example. We recently met a client who is into sort of supplying horticultural and all those kind of items. Their entire business is online. It's online.
Okay.
There is no in
Physical
store
store.
physical store or something like that. So what used to happen? Very brilliant idea. Two bright entrepreneurs started this kind of a business, and then they realized after reaching to a certain level, 80% of their time or 60% of their time is spent on answering the questions or queries by either clients who are asking for their dispatches or clients who wants to book new orders.
All right.
Processing hundreds of orders every day. Okay. Now, they were all over the place. They're struggling because they want to, being the technocrats, being the creators of that particular product, they wanted to do so many things in that, but their time was spent in this. And they met us, and then we kind of figured out now their entire all these processes. How big this company is? They're about 5 people company. Okay, but the nature of business is online. Now that entire thing is being done by AI.
Okay.
That entire. So if you or me have to go and buy something on their website, the moment we get into a website, there will be a pop-up that will be coming up, and they'll be asking, hey Vishwesh, what do you want? Hey Raju, what do you want? And then that's how it will start.
Okay.
And there are various ways, it's up to us, if you want to opt for a text based kind of chat, even that is possible. If we want to
voice-based.
interact, voice based chat, that is also possible. So I mean, something similar like large banks are also doing. But now the reason I gave you this example is to tell you the expanse. It's the universe where we can, starting from a 5 people company or 10 people company till large banks like tier 1 banks we all see now. They have
Okay.
their own digital avatars.
What is the difference between the industry 4.0 and AI? Or is it replacing the industry 4.0, or it will enhance the function of 4.0?
See, there is not this or that. Actually, industry 4.0 is a way of manufacturing. Is a way of doing manufacturing operations. So AI can be big time complementing to the industry 4.0. So that is a part of that. So both of these things will definitely go hand in hand. And if done properly, they can do wonders.
Okay.
For any businesses.
What kind of mindset barriers do you see with SME use for AI?
So one of the biggest barrier or one of the biggest myth is AI is not for us. It is for only big companies. That is one of the biggest barrier. Like I said, you need to look at your own business. You need to look at what do you want to achieve as a business in the next 5 years. That is another term that network science is advocating, trying to coin in the market. We are saying, don't look AI from a use cases standpoint.
Okay.
That I have this problem, I am looking for a solution. That's a very, I would say, narrow way of looking at AI adoption.
Okay.
Whereas what we are thinking is look it like metric backwards is a little bit complex kind of a term. But see, every business is run on certain metrics. Okay. For example, I want to grow, 30% every year, whereas the average CAGR market trend is 10%. So I want to grow 3 times the market trend.
Okay.
So growth is one way of, measuring your success. Cost is another way. Third is, my customer experience, how can I better it? Third is, how can I be more data rich kind of a company? So these are various metrics on which you run your business. So think, if I have to achieve some massive sort of success in all these metrics, for example, cost, growth, customer experience, differentiation, data, security, all those things, there you will have hundreds of ways of adoption of AI. Then it will make a lot of sense for you.
All right.
That is the key change in the mindset or barrier that you need to remove.
So let's say we have a 10 to 50 people company.
Right.
So where we can use the AI currently with current scenario?
Yeah. So I mean, it's very
Basically
hard.
now currently people are using it for mail draft, for many things,
Correct.
for quotation making or something. They are using only for that,
Correct.
but they don't know the power of AI uh, is really lying behind that,
Yeah. Beyond that, I mean,
beyond that.
yeah. Yeah. Definitely. Definitely. So I mean, again,
They don't know the what is hidden behind the curtains,
correct.
which is really a big gold mine.
Yes. Yes. Of course. Now, to be honest, it will be very hard for me to tell, because one, I have been away from uh, these small mid-tier businesses for a long time, and second is, every business is unique, every company is unique. You cannot apply one rule for all. So what and how we approach is, we start with a small assessment. Okay. We try and understand your business. It's not that complicated, but we need to understand what it is, what are the processes that you are following, what are the business metrics that you are working on, what are the sort of areas which are low hanging fruits for us, or for anyone to kind of do the AIification. So there is a good amount of discovery is done. Once we do the discovery, then depending on we ask your priorities, because there could be 10 areas that could come, that I want to sort of radically improve my supply chain. I want to, like you said, I want to sort of completely transform my sales, right from customer facing activity, procurement of raw material, finished goods, dispatches, invoicing, payment collections, the entire 9 yards of this entire process. But even in that, there could be priorities, in a short term, mid term, and long term kind of viewpoint. Maybe you want to first start looking at your sales, then you start looking at your inventory, then you start looking at your manufacturing, those kind of things. So there is no one rule. The point here is, there is no one rule that can fit to all.
Right.
So we'll need to, but one broad concept is, we have to do a proper discovery in terms of what is your business, what are your goals, and then help you build that roadmap and the strategy to achieve those kind of goals in a way, and do the AIification of your business.
It can be implemented in product development.
Oh yes, yes, of course.
So how can a product can be developed from that?
Okay, fine. I'll very recently, I'll tell you the example that we did for another mid-tier manufacturing company. This company is into setting up the R&D labs,
Okay.
for their clients, and their clients are pharma companies, research companies, product companies. So what we have tried to do for them is to help them in terms of 2 3 things. One, what are those new ideas, in terms of uh, adding the design features
Mhm.
in their R&D lab. Okay, it starts right from there till we created an entire roadmap of next 5 years, which is in alignment with their overall goal of business.
Okay.
So, for example, they were at X revenues today. So they wanted to grow 5x in the next 3 years to 5 years. So this is the goal. We termed it as this was their North Star. Okay.
Right.
Now to get to that North Star, what kind of strategy they should have, what kind of
Okay.
roadmap they should have, how they could prioritize, the tech and business combination. So
Okay.
all these things. So this is the part of a regular engagement that we do.
All right. Uh, See, you worked in polymer and I am into polymers. So, I would like to ask, if we want to develop some product,
Right.
can AI, if we give the picture or the proper prompt to the AI, can it be giving me the proper mold design, or it be ready with? Can I get it from the AI?
Technically, as a concept,
Yeah.
yes. But
Okay.
can that be happening tomorrow for you? The answer will be no.
Okay.
There will be a process. There will be a process in terms of now a lot of data beneath needs to be built. Okay.
Like,
What are the
or else we can give a product. We can say, see, I want to develop one uh, a product which is going to be useful for this. It's in the plastics. So, can it be recommended? Can it give us the recommendation of what the raw materials
raw
we can
material?
use, what kind of this, and even find the supplies?
Oh, but that's like you're thinking of AI like Google, right?
Huh.
Or search engine.
Okay.
So no, I mean, yes, it can definitely do. The thing that I would suggest, okay, for example, say this is the compound, or this is a product, or a case for mobile phone. Okay, what I would think is I will just take a few pictures, put it to my own LLM or my AI tool that, when I say mine, it's built for you. And then I'll say this is the product I want to develop, and then design the prompt engineering and the whole thing. Give me entire process, what kind of raw material I should have, who are the suppliers, everything. And AI is capable of doing everything.
Okay.
So I'll give you another example. It's again for a little bigger company, but this is a company which is into confectionery manufacturing.
Okay.
Some good candy brand that we all know. I'll not take the name here, but so you'll be surprised. They procure huge amount of sugar from
Okay.
all over the country and all over the world, and they have hundreds of sugar suppliers. Hundreds of sugar suppliers. Okay, so what they have to do is they have to have a very sort of transparent, automated procurement process.
Okay.
Okay, so they will first of all draft a RFI, request for information, that this is our requirement. Do you have enough information to provide us in terms of your company? Okay, once, and that has been floated in the market. Once that is floated in the market, hundreds and thousands of people will respond.
Okay.
Now there is a process that, now if imagine if this process is a manual process, there are tens of people who will start looking at all those responses that have come, and then it will be very difficult for them to pick and choose the right ones.
All right.
But AI can do it very fast for them. And this,
Okay.
I'm not talking anything hypothetical here. This is a system that is up and running in one of the global brands of candy manufacturing company.
Okay.
So this entire thing is automated. When the RFP responses are analyzed, it can give you top 5 best suitable sort of providers for you. It can again nail it down to, or short it down to, 2 people if you want. The way you keep adding the sort of prompts and refining your requirements, and then of course there is a human in the loop. Then of course you can sort of talk to them, get their bids, analyze them, select. So complete process of analyzing 1,000 odd suppliers all put into AI,
Oh,
done by AI.
done by AI.
Yes.
Would you like to share some interesting story where you implemented a AI system in a company?
Okay. So I have already given you a few examples. These are
Yes.
all, that way we have got, as a company, we have already implemented more than 200 plus projects. And most of the client names, everything is on our website. But one, manufacturing company which we provide, which I gave you the details, who's into the R&D lab manufacturing kind of a setup. Uh, a little bit sort of different kind of a project, but again in the manufacturing sector. Uh, we have worked with a large tire manufacturing company
Okay.
based in Pune, but a global brand. They had a big problem in terms of processing the claims for their warranty. Assume
Okay.
they're into a commercial tractor manufacturing or tractor tires manufacturing or truck tires manufacturing. The truck tires are dispatched to all across the country, many parts of the globe. Assume some remote location in Guwahati, the tire gets burst. Okay. And then there is a big fight going on between the customer and the local dealer. Okay. In terms of how can I process this? The customer is claiming that this is manufacturing default, whereas the dealer is saying it is not. The only decision making authority is the
Company.
company's authorized trained service engineer. Now, service engineer cannot travel to that place for next 4 days or 5 days.
Right.
The client is stuck. His truck is down. His truck is down means his income is down.
Incoming is done.
So we have provided them a sort of a AI enabled system which will help them with a combination of AI plus AR, augmented reality kind of a solution, from where the customer will log in the in the app, in the solution. The service engineer can log in from wherever he is or she is, and then there will be a dialogue that will be happening and an inspection, actual inspection of that tire. I can show you a video. I have the video.
Okay.
I will show you a video, maybe not, because there are client names, I cannot show it to you on the
No, sure.
podcast, but I'll show you separately. So then there's an interaction, and as if these two people are interacting in the same location, the inspection is done in 5 minutes. The verdict is made. Now, the verdict is not, the free replacement verdict is not in the hands of a service engineer. So it has to be connected to the e-warranty system.
Right.
Then that entire data is been put into a e-warranty system. People are processing that data. If that particular tire is, recommendation is in line with what they have, then they'll have a free replacement dispatched in 2 days.
Oh.
So that's how some of the examples. A little bit different example, a large, one of the top 10 law firm. Okay. Little off from manufacturing.
Yeah,
but I'll still give it.
It will clear the concepts.
Correct. So they receive a lot of, two things. I mean, a lot of litigations to be made with respect to their clients, or responses to the litigations that they have to do. Okay.
Right.
Now these quantities are huge, and you can't hire. Suddenly you have got 1,000 kind of requests, and you cannot hire, 100 lawyers in a day. So naturally, the work is kind of, sort of scheduled, and then some responses are delayed. As the responses are delayed, your client is not happy,
Right.
because their work has been stuck. So we provided them a system which will do you can run through all the requests that have come through a solution, and then the first level of draft, whether to either litigate, to litigate someone or create a response to a litigation, is being provided to you in 2 weeks, rather than 2 months, which was earlier, or 3 months, or maybe whatever that time was. So this is how, and these are all implementations done. This is not something I'm talking about, some imaginary or fairy tales.
While using AI, there is an importance of what the input question or the prompt you are putting.
100%.
So, is there any guideline or where we can get that knowledge that how the prompt has to be entered?
So that is the crux. That is the sort of secret sauce of AI expert, right?
Right.
So even if like you and me, we are using and we are trying to get the same thing done from your own AI tool and my own AI tool, the output will completely differ from the way I'm giving a prompt and from the way you are giving the
Right.
prompt. So there is, of course, there are many institutions like Geo Institute and many other people. They are having the courses like AIDS and those kind of courses wherein they train you.
Okay.
Like in our engineering sort of syllabus, there is a prompt engineering syllabus. But ultimately, that formal training is one part. You will get master like driving a car. Driving a car, you will get 1,000 books. But the real skill, the real expertise you will get when you will start driving the car. So I mean, you will get more and more expert as you use more and more and more. You sort of try different things.
Right.
So the most important thing I missed it in my earlier discussion. The entire world is now transforming from. So today we we hardly need any creators.
Okay.
You don't need anyone who is really very creative. Okay, what the world is moving towards is towards curators.
Okay.
One who can curate what they want, or the ideas to curate what they want from whatever has been already created.
Okay.
So that is the prompt engineering. The
Okay.
more, if I have to write a poem, if I give some good prompts, I can be sort of writing a fantastic poem with the help of chat gpt or Gemini or whatever it is. Now the same poem to be written by some human or a poet, it may take a longer time, it may take many versions, but here
Right.
you're here. Here, it's been done.
Right.
So that's the kind of shift that is happening.
So the prompt is more important
Prompt is the
key
key. I mean,
to open the AI.
yeah, we should be in a position to tell what we want to AI.
So, any points you can mention how that the prompt has to be drafted?
Again, as I said, it's too technical in terms of prompt engineering. But as I was trying to explain, we need to be very clear and very well articulated in terms of what we exactly want. Even if we do that,
Descriptive.
Description in a very objective way rather than being subjective.
Okay.
So we have seen a lot of sort of funny things that are happening, like image coming with three hands, image coming with I would say some extra ears and eyes. So all those things have also happened. But again, that is a part of that mainly because of there is sort of improper prompts that are given to.
Okay, Raju sir. As a closing note, would you like to give any suggestions for the SMEs or any new where we can learn about the AI more? Any new book or any website or any blog?
Oh yes, sure. I mean, there is a lot. I mean, there is like a sea of information, out in there. Uh, but one obviously, I'm now taking the liberty and advantage of being here. You can visit our own website. There's a lot of information that you'll see, you'll get to know, and that website is been again kind of getting sort of updated on a regular basis. We have also, if you allow me, and this is not, again, I'm not here to sell, but I'm just giving you sort of some new innovative ideas
Okay.
that we are coming with. So 20 years back, Microsoft kind of changed the world with a concept of the enterprise productivity tools like Microsoft Word, Microsoft Excel, PowerPoint, and things like that. Now we are taking that kind of a step, and yes,
operating system.
I mean, yes, we call it the. I mean, this is like a part of that, but one of the things that we are also advocating in the market is like AI OS. Think AI as your operating structure.
Okay.
If not operating system, but that's a different story. That's a much deeper, much bigger for a large businesses. But even looking at or considering the small and mid-term or mid-tier enterprises, we have come up with a product which is named as nsoffice.ai.
Okay.
It's like MS Office, it's
NS
nsoffice.ai.
Office.
It's our claim today, and it's open for to be disputed. So it's the world's first enterprise AI productivity tool.
Okay.
So in a single sign-on, you will get multiple AI tools available at your disposal currently, and this is a product building, product improvement is ongoing process. Currently, we have GPT-5, GPT 4.1, and related sort of things already incorporated in that. We have Gemini, we have Flux, we have Imagine. So as far as content creation is concerned, text types or that kind of thing, there are few products which are already integrated.
Okay.
Two biggest advantages of this is it becomes your own enterprise kind of a tool. The data is not going anywhere.
All right.
Right now, like when we started using Google, putting our photos on Google. Hardly we knew that time that this is very risky. Our data is exposed to Google, and then we have seen the misuse of data happening all over, and so here same thing is applicable in ChatGPT also. If you are querying something on your own for about your company, if there are certain confidential information data that has been put on ChatGPT, that means that data is exposed to all.
All right.
Whoever want to crack it can crack it. Okay. Whereas the product that we have come up with, that is nsoffice.ai, which will have a ring face for your data. There is no one else other than your own company that can get into that data. So the data security, so that is the biggest advantage. And you are the owner of your data, though the data is residing with us, but you are the owner. You can get it retrieved anytime. So that's a very new thing, and this something which is like in a very very commercial term. थोड़ा हिंदी में बोलता हूँ.
चलेगा ना.
4 के दाम में 1 मिल रहा है. 1 के दाम में 4 मिल रहा है. सॉरी, मैंने गलत बोला. 1 के दाम में आपको 4 चीज मिल रही है. So even if you think in that way, and we can definitely work with you. I know you're associated with Plastic Manufacturers Association, Association of Plastic Industry, or some, many. So we can work out some very specific things, for your references, and we can also do sort of interactive training sessions.
Right.
Typically we call them as enterprise AI master classes.
Okay.
We do with in partnership with large industry associations. Very recently, we have done it for a CIO club or CIO association, which is a nationwide kind of organization for all the CIOs in India. So, like that, if you want to do something for your own association members, happy to help you and partner.
I will keep the link of your website also in the description. So
sure, definitely.
The people can connect with you. Okay, Raju sir, thank you very much for your time and sharing your knowledge with AI. Definitely we will get benefited, and the future is in AI networking. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Vishwesh. Once again, thank you for having me, and happy to help you any which ways, anything, any ideas that you want. You may bounce them to me any times, and we'll be happy to help.
Okay.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you.